Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel, and today we have my February TBR. And this is just going to be a straight TBR. I'm not trying to put it out here as a reset because I'm trying to rethink how resets work for me. Not because I don't love the format, but just because I need to get better at them, so I need to rethink it. So we're just going to do a straight up TBR using all of my categories. So hi, if you've never been here before, every month I set a TBR for myself that usually has around 12 books, somewhere between 10 and 12. And those are the books that I have to read during the month. Now, I read a lot in any given month, so those books do not make up the majority of my TBR. They're just the 12 books that I select based on a range of categories to help me read down my TBR, both ebook and physical. The reason I break it down into categories and I don't play TBR games and things like that is because I honestly don't find that that helps me. I am such a mood reader that really, this is just the core TBR for some personal challenges that I've set myself, and they also align with one of my bingo board squares for reading 80% of my set TBR each month. And this is the only collection of books that count towards that square. So without further ado, we're going to jump into my TBR, and we're going to start off with the review copies and or arcs that I currently have on deck to read that I'm going to read in February. So the first one, which is a holdover from January that I didn't get to, but that's because I was saving it for another category that I'll talk about in a moment, is Watermoon by Samantha, Sotto, Yambao. This is a book that I received from NetGalley as an ARC, so I have the ebook copy, but I also, because I didn't read it in time before it was released, purchased the physical copy, one, because the cover is stunning, but also I'm really excited to read it. It sounds like a very cozy fantasy. I'm looking forward to diving into it. I'm going to talk about it again in the next category, so it will pop up. It's counting for 2 sections. I also received an audio arc of Unromance by Erin, which I'm planning on picking up. It is a contemporary romance story. I'm looking forward to listening to it. I don't always request audio arcs, but I'm really intrigued by this one. Also, the US cover is so much better than the UK cover, so this is my chance to read it in that format. And then I have a middle grade and a young adult title for review. The first one is the middle grade one, and it's by the winner of the Black and White Fellowship, Lisa Fuller. It is Washpool, which actually comes out in March, but I do want to read it in February so I can review it by March. This is actually a true arc. I very rarely get actual arcs for things. I tend to get review copies that are finished copies. It's about 2 girls who love swimming, and one day when they're at the pool they end up being transported to another world. So I'm really excited to dive into this one and see what kind of fantasy it turns out to be. And then the young adult title that I'm really excited about, and it comes out mid-February, is Unhallowed Halls by Lili Wilkinson, which is a gothic YA story, and I can't wait. I love Lili Wilkinson. I've loved everything Lili Wilkinson has written, so I was very excited to get back into this. As I've said before, I don't read a lot of YA. What I do tends to come from Australian authors, and Australian authors that I know and trust. Lili Wilkinson is definitely on that list. So my next category of books that I select for my TBR are based around the Buzzwordathon prompts. This is a readathon hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala. She has 2 Buzzwordathon prompts this year. There is the word challenge and there is the cover challenge. And Watermoon fits both of those because it has a water word in the title, like water is literally in the title. It also has a skyline, which is the cover challenge prompt. So this is my official book for that. It will be featuring in my Buzzwordathon vlog. But because I wanted to have 2 books, I've also got a picture book down to read for the vlog as well, and that is Down by the River by Tricia Gardella, which is a book that I picked up ages ago. I've actually got it on Kindle, so I will have it as an ebook. It also has both a water word, river, and a skyline in it, so I'm literally covering off on these prompts twice, but I like to have 2 books read, and then I will also give some recommendations for other books that match those prompts as well. So that's why Watermoon counts for 2 of my categories this month. Hi everyone, we were so close to getting through this video without an editing Steph clip, but I completely read the wrong title for one of the books in this category. So we are talking about my books that I'm reading for read-alongs. That I'm going to be reading is Return of the Thief by Megan Whalen Turner, which is the final book in the Queen's Thief series and the final book for the Queen's Thief read-along. I have it as an audiobook, so I will be reading that in February. I completely said the wrong name when I was filming this originally. And then Ashley from Realm of Kidlit Comics, she has a new middle grade read-along, which is based around themes in middle grade books. The current theme is Here Be Dragons. I've already read 2 of the books for it, and the third one that I'm going to be reading is The Last Dragon on Mars by Scott Reintgen. I am really looking forward to this. This is a really beautiful edition as well. Next on the list of categories is my KU backlist. This is where I read the oldest title on my Kindle Unlimited checkouts, and that is currently The Backup Plan by Eden Finley. So this is the first book, I think, in the King Sports series, which is an offshoot of some of her other books, and it is a contemporary romance, so I'm not too sure about the details. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, except for the fact that she had a new book coming out. Being an Australian author, I tend to at least try her books, so I will be adding that to the list. And then I also have the newest ebook acquisition, so the newest book on my Kindle, which is Easy Tiger by A.K. Mulford, which is A.K. Mulford. This is technically the second book in a series, but I think it's one of those interconnected standalone contemporary romance series because I do have the first book. I'm telling myself I can either read She's a Keeper or Easy Tiger, depending on how I'm feeling, as long as I read one of them, but preferably the newest one. The next category is my Kindle Backlist, for which we use my Star Jar, which has every ebook that is currently on my Kindle. Pick one from here. Okay, it's a blue one. Okay, it's a blue one. Break the star, shall we? Oh, I really broke it. So it's in two pieces. It says First Match, which I don't know what that is. Okay, so First Match is a hockey romance. I don't know anything else other than that except for the cover, so we'll be trying that. Next up is my Annotation Project, which is technically a reread project where I reread some of my favorites and I annotate them either using page flags or highlighting or whatever I feel like. So I have these scratchy cards, which underneath I have written all of my favorite books that I want to go back and reread, and I pick one. So this was the only book from my previous TBR that I didn't read. Ooh, okay. So I don't know if you guys can see, but this is Paladin's Grace. Paladin's Grace is one of the only fantasy romance series that I currently read. It's by Kingfisher. This is a series that Heather got me onto, unsurprisingly, and I will be going through and annotating the whole series. I have these beautiful hardback editions, so that's exciting. And then lucky last, we have my junior fiction, middle grade, and young adult spinner wheel, which has just helped me read through all of these books. Oh, This Camp is Doomed. Where is that? This Camp is Doomed by Anna Zobel, which is about camping in the woods with no cell phone reception and things not going right. So I'm very intrigued to pick this one up. So this is half my TBR, including some audiobooks and some ebooks, and I'm very excited about it. In the comments, I'd love to know, what are you planning on picking up in February? Do you have some books that you're really hoping to get to, or have you read any of the books that I'm planning on picking up, and what are your thoughts on them? Feel free to share that down below. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.